Welcome back. December 29th, 2025. Let's see how many times the strategy came into effect today. First, we're just going to look at the daily momentum and then we're going to get right into it. So here's the daily momentum. We've been going up past over a week, and that's not too important, but it is a little bias that we like to use. Our previous day in the market, I remember from last Friday, we had like a nothing day, like a consolidation. Nothing really happened. There's still a lot of moves and a lot of trades to take, but in terms of like overall movement, today was a little bit more volatile. You can see we had a much more volatility today, which means we might be finding another bottom or top. My guess is that we did find another bottom, and it's going to be up from here for the next week or so, but that's just a guess, and we don't take it seriously. We just trade system. What is the system? Okay, so we want the 5-minute twins to be aligned. That's number one. And by the 5-minute twins, I mean the 5-minute extended hours and the 5-minute regular hours. So as the market opens, our 5-minute regular is telling us down. But we use the 30-minute for a larger bias, but the 5 and the 2 are all we're going to be focusing on for now. So right when the market opens, right here, we have this pop-up. We don't trade the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the market. It's normally too chaotic. There's some rare exceptions like break of critical levels, but today we did not. So we're just looking at the 5-minute, and they're opposite. They're not in harmony. This 5-minute extended hours is going up. This 5-minute is going down. They don't harmonize until right around here, until this one starts to go down, which happens around. So now we've been going down. This one is still going down, so that's great. This hasn't crossed over yet, so it's a high risk situation. We like them to both be crossed over on the same side, and we like full alignment. So that's why these lines are here right here. This red one was a trade that I would have taken. I did not take, but I would have taken it. And our entry would have been here, right here at the close of this candle. Stop loss somewhere above it, normally around the previous candle. And then you target a 2-to-1 or a 1-to-1 ratio. So that would have been a win. But it wasn't fully crossed over yet, so that's a high risk situation. This yellow is an actual trade that I took, meaning that if you see a line on top, that means we're expecting it to go down. If you see this line below, that means we're expecting it to go up. They're almost like arrows with respect to the price action. So notice here, just like in the previous setup, we're on the right side of the V. We get a power volume bar, but it wasn't greater than the previous 3. That's why we didn't take this trade. Right here, we're on the right side of the V, and now we're aligned with the 5-minute as well. We're coming back up. This one hasn't fully crossed over yet as well. We've got the momentum with us, but we haven't crossed over. Momentum is better than nothing, though. That's what you want. This one has already crossed over. These 5-minute twins. You look at both of them for the first hour and a half of the market, you look at both. But then after the first hour and a half, they actually synchronize for the most part, and you can focus on just one, just for your overall bias. So here I took this trade. Why did I take this trade? We're on the right side of the V. We have a volume bar greater than the previous 3. I entered here at the close of this candle, and I used the previous candle as my stop loss limit, and I targeted a 1-to-1, and I did get the win there. Good trade. I didn't take another trade until later because I don't trade the middle of the market right now. That's why I did make some markings for what I believed was going to happen. Like I thought this was going to go down, and it did. That would have been a win. I thought this was going to go up, and it did. That would have been a win as well. But not all of them are wins. These would have been losses or micro wins. I didn't take another trade until this yellow bar right here. But we're going to go over something critical that happened right here. Look at this. I had this level marked off because it was a pre-market critical level. Look at this. Look at this. Does this look critical to you? Look at this. This is obvious. Look at this. This is obvious. This is the kind of stuff that when the market shows it to you, you need to be marking these levels. These are critical levels where there's a lot of orders normally sitting. So look what happens here. We are sold off. We have a nice sell-off here. Look at the 5-minute data. Starts flipping back to the upside. we're about to break through VWAP, and we do, and then we approach this critical level from earlier, from pre-market. This next candle right here, this next the second to next, sorry, rather this one right here, we get a volume bar greater than the previous 3. We pop up so that we're in positive momentum. We're aligned with the 5 minute. This was a great setup that I didn't take, and I'm so mad about it. Man, I'm so mad about this. We broke VWAP. We just got another volume confluence down here. We're aligned with the 5 minute. Stop loss would have been around here. I would have put it at the previous bar's low. Targeted a 1-to-1. Great win right there. Great win right there. The last trade I took of the day, though, was this one right here. Anytime you see a yellow line, that means it's a trade that I actually took. So why did I take this trade? The 5 minute momentum has been selling off geometrically. Nice. This is not ugly. This is nice geometric momentum. This is what we like to see. We've been selling off for a while. What happens? We get a pop up. We get a volume confluence greater than the previous 3. We start to taper and reverse momentum here, and I use that as my sign of entry. So I entered here at the close of this candle. I put my stop loss above here, and I targeted a 1-to-1. So that was all of the setups from today that I took, and I will see you in the next one. Take care now.